Hi, I'm Janelle, and I will be talking about DPCP, environmental disaster in California. So the purpose is to explain what DBCP is and to show how many workers at Occidental Chemical Company were exposed to it. And we're going to highlight some key findings of the study that they did. They did a semen analysis on the workers to see if they was infertile. Here's the table of contents, introduction to DBCP, a timeline, explaining what it is, and the production of it in the United States, exposure, the study that they did at the company, and a few graphs and tables that explains a more deeper dive of the whole exposure. So here's the timeline of events. So it was introduced in 1955 and in 1964. It's officially approved. In the 1970s, it was used globally, especially in places in Africa and Latin America. In 1977, that's where they conduct the study of the incident of DBCP exposure that had the men workers have no sperm counts or low spore counts, so they exposed. In 1983, we have an attorney that won millions for the 6 workers that was in the incident. And in 1985, it was officially banned. So what's DBCP? It's a pesticide that's used to kill soil before planting. It's a manufactured chemical, so it's now found in the environment. It's no longer in use. So here's the production of DBCP in the United States. You can see it went up in 1977, all the way up to 97. That's when the incident happened at the California company. So they did a study, and then it falls down after that year, and then in 1985 it completely banned. So you could see just decline rapidly. So exposure of DBCP at this Californian company called Occidental Chemical Company, it happened in 1977. Some workers were found to have impaired fertility. It was linked to male infertility. Workers are exposed to DBCP by handling it, not wearing gear, and poor ventilation. And some workers had no sperm count, and some had low sperm count, and some already have back the surgery that prevents sperm. Here's how it was conducted, the study. They used a sample strategy here shown in figure 2 of participants and not participant by looking at who's not employed and employed. They did a semen analysis after, and they did 2 separate ones. One that where the man was directly working in DBCP production division, and then the other one is like a broader group. So 36 men that work directly, and then 142 for the men who work at the OCC. Here's the semen analysis where the men who work in the DBCP production. You can see a lot of them was normal, but half of them was showing signs of infertility in the blue and red, and then some who already have the surgery in the yellow. So it was kind of split in between evenly, kinda, yeah. There's another semen analysis where they did with a larger group. It show you who was exposed and unexposed. Let's see. Like they did 142 men that did the semen analysis, and you can see it was more men that exposed than unexposed. Here's the health effects. It causes acute effects like depression, eye irritation, GI distress, chronic effects. And, there was no data found for humans, but they found some in mice, which cause damaged nose, liver, and kidneys, and many other body parts. Reproductive effects, like we just talked about with the men who've been exposed, testicular damage in animals, and then cancer risk. But it's limited, a little limited research on for the humans, but in animals they show signs of tumors. So in summary, this DBCP is widely used as a pesticide until the studies link into the male infertility, because it got banned. And then they did a study that showed, OCC study that showed a strong link between DPC exposure and male infertility, which is the one that happened in California, and it was suspended in 1997. And despite the ban, many other countries did use it, and you could still find studies of people who been infected and who trying to get taking legal actions. Yes, and then health risks include reproductive harm, potential cancer, depression, irritation, and many more. And there's some references. Thank you.